Welcome to PsiX. We are doing the ATL match, America's Division, and we will be seeing our GM Master 1 players today against Infinity Gaming. I'm Xenodactyl, and with me is Faith.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
We're loading into the lobby of Redshift, where we will see Kuna Matata versus Vindicta for our first match.
Yeah, it's a very interesting first match too, because Kuna Matata is obviously one of the absolute best players from Psionic Aftermath, but I think he has a really hard game against him, because Vindicta is actually like a 6.2k Terran apparently.
Wow.
Which is that's a tough game for, you know, fucking pro players, honestly. And yeah, so that'll be really cool to see what Kuna does in that kind of in a matchup in the matchup TVT as well. So it's like a bit of a random aspect to it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, TVT. And it's like such a weird map too. I mean, Redshift isn't as weird as some of the other maps, but it's not standard.
Yeah, so I think it's actually so it's been really complained about, right? A lot of people hate this map because they see a gold base and they can't take it, and they're just like, I'm Zerg and I want to win every game. But like you know, otherwise I think it's actually a pretty good map, like especially in TVT, because I think TVT is like this map just kind of turns into a cross map situation. Like you can't really do anything super weird on this map in TVT. Like I guess you can kind of do some tank pushes on the gold if anyone takes it, but no one will ever take that base. So it just turns into like, you know, normal 1, 2, 3, 4 bases like all in a row in the top, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think the map is gonna play too much come too much into play here, other than the watchtowers. The watchtowers are huge on this map because they cover all the airspace between the two bases.
Right.
Like one of them does. So it's that'll definitely be a contested point.
Alrighty then. Well, to kick things off, spawning in the bottom left as the blue Terran representing Infinity Gaming, it is Vindicta.
And spawning in the top left of the map, Redshift, it's going to be the red Terran playing for Psionic Aftermath, Kuna Matata. Alright, so already we're seeing something different here from Vindicta. He's going gas first, right? And it's a really fast gas first. Like he started the gas before his supply depot was like halfway done. Like this is this is pretty much the fastest gas you can go, and this already like sort of indicates aggressive play, right?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Cyclones cost gas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Cyclones, Banshees. It's like you can do a lot of things off gas first, but it's almost never like, you know, simple. Just I'll expand. That said, though, Kuna is also going pretty fast double gas, like faster than normal. Not as fast as Vindicta, but like he also went like he went barracks gas immediately, which is very fast as well. Yeah. So yeah, like both players are looking to open up with some fast factories and then probably into a fast starport as well.
Sure.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they do.
We're gonna get the scout from Vindicta coming in here, and he'll he'll just know, like, he sees the gases and the, what is that, factory for Kuna Matata. So,
Yeah.
he's done his due diligence and carry on with whatever plan he has.
Yeah, and like it's a little bit strange to me that Kuna somehow got his factory down before Vindicta, even though Vindicta opened gas first. I don't know, maybe that was just a slip up on the side of on Vindicta's side, because I feel like, you know,
Kuna
he should
cut
have
out
more
the
gas. Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, so he cut the Reaper. That's a fair point.
Yeah, so that's 50 gas that.
Yeah. So what's Kuna's scouting like right now? Nothing?
Yeah, and he hasn't done
Nothing.
any.
Holy shit. Yeah, okay, so he's playing completely blind. Alright. I wonder what his idea behind this is. He just wants, like, this, it kind of screams like he's gonna do some sort of marine cyclone push or something, right? 'Cause,
Sure.
like, why else would you go no Reaper? You just want more marines, is the reason?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Probably, like, the way it's looking right now, he's probably gonna just boost across and drop the main of Vindicta with, like, a lot of, with Cyclone Marine, right? But honestly, like, Vindicta's build is not bad against that. Like, he himself opened up, like, quite fast Cyclones. He won't have as many Marines, obviously. And he is making a mine right now, so that's a bit of a troubling thing. He's not making mass Cyclones.
These two Reapers did come in and chuck a grenade down, but not able to get any real damage to this
And he loses
Cyclone.
one, too.
Yeah, coming off and catching them on their exit path.
Yeah, and here comes the push from Kuna. It's gonna be 1 Cyclone and 8 Marines. Actually, it's just 6 Marines, but still. Like, this push is honestly really scary.
He has a second Cyclone
especially
that's hunting for that last Reaper, but
I don't know why he's pushing the front with his Cyclone here. I figured he would elevator it into the main.
well, he has to be careful of the mine.
He's gonna tank the mine. But I mean, he's still doing damage here. He's pushing the main. But this is kind of all in from Kuna, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have a CC down behind this, so he needs to get a lot of damage with this.
Yeah, but he's doing it so far. I mean, he's trading really well. So like, he hasn't lost anything. I think he's lost like he's lost like 2 Marines so far.
He lost his
Oh, he lost 1 Cyclone, right?
So
yeah.
like they're even on Cyclones, which makes it really hard for him to push up a ramp in particular, since he decided to take that ground path. There's a lot of drop space still available for him, so
he's going into the main right now with another drop that has a Cyclone and 4 Marines.
Oh, okay.
And there's another medevac moved up with the same, like, yeah, he's just gonna keep dropping with the same stuff, and he's bringing SCVs this time too.
Yeah, this is interesting. He's kind of setting up for some really early 2-prong aggression.
Really cool interference matrix there on Kuna's dropship to make sure he can pick up his Cyclone and save it.
Yeah.
But he still got, like, they traded 1 Cyclone for 1, so it still wasn't bad for Kuna in any way. And like, this is starting to go from bad to worse for Vindicta. Like, he's running out of units. Kuna's just been trading so efficiently that he has more stuff. Yeah, this is not going well. Like, the SCVs are even tanking for Kuna. Like, they're just tanking
yeah, 18
shots from them.
SCVs going down in this last engagement. It's really gonna hurt Vindicta.
Yeah, and he's gonna have 1 Banshee here, but I mean, 1 Banshee without Cloak against this many Marines and a Cyclone?
Oh, they
Yeah,
just
it's
target them
yeah, that's
down.
GG, I think. I think he just got him.
Yeah.
I think Kuna just got game 1 for PsiX here. Beautiful Cyclone micro as well, man. Perfect. Wow. What a cool strategy from Kuna. I've never seen that. Like, purely just make Cyclones and Marines and dropships off 1 base. And bring SCVs and, you know, heal the Cyclones and shit. Like, that was really cool, honestly.
Yeah, I think we often think of, like, 111s as standard openers for, like, to transition, but there's no reason why it can't just be a kind of cheese, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it has the potential to be a cheese like that, and that was just a really cool build, honestly. Like, Yeah, it's so simple too. It's just like, yeah, I'll make one cyclone at a time. I'll make 2 marines at a time and medevacs, and I'll just elevator them into your main. I think it's really good on that map too, because like the air distance is so low, right?
Right.
Like,
you have a lot of
getting
a very short air distance, a lot of drop space, and if your opponent can never secure that tower because it's so early in the game, it's like really in your favor as the aggressor.
yeah, exactly. And like, no bunkers aren't gonna do shit against that because you'll just avoid them, right?
Yeah, it's a very mobile kind of attack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean that's a really good win for PsiX, honestly. I think that was one of their better players for sure. And winning that beginning match against one of the better players in a PvP TVT is really, really, really good for us. But next up, I think it's gonna be a PV. I know it's a Protoss play for us. I don't know what they have.
Zerg.
It's who? Sorry.
Kane. Zerg.
Kane. All right. Yeah, so it's a Zerg play. Good PVC then.
Yeah, Kane qualified for WCS Austin.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
Shit, this team is good, dude. They have 2 players that could probably be 6K. That's incredible. Alright. Yeah, well, we have the luck of the map this time, I guess, is the good thing. Because this is going to be I'm pretty sure it's on Dreamcatcher, right? It's a PvC on Dreamcatcher.
Yes.
Yes, and Dreamcatcher is a really good map for Protoss right now. I've completely misread this map at the start. I didn't understand it, but I think it's one of the better PV anything maps that we've seen in a long time. Because there's so many choke points. Like you can really you can block off the middle of the map by just killing one set of rocks, which is incredible. And then they have 2 attack paths to hit you, and both of them go through a choke point.
Right.
So especially against Zerg, that's a really big deal because you can just sit in that nook defending your 3rd base, and then when you take your 4th, you can just sit in the other one, and you can basically defend 2 spots with just a low number of Storm Archon,
Right.
because they just have to walk into a fucking ridiculous amount of splash damage. So it's a really good map for PvC.
Yeah, there's a lot of airspace on the map still, though, so I don't think that really helps Zerg, though, because it's not like mutas are in the meta anymore.
Yeah, not really. I mean, everyone opens Stargate, right? So basically that's the reason mutas fell off, because you're just gonna fly into a Phoenix, and then all of a sudden there's gonna be 2 Phoenix, and then 4 Phoenix, and then you're in really big trouble, because Phoenixes just destroy mutas. So yeah, I don't know. Like air Zerg is not really a thing, and ground Zerg on this map is really rough. Like I think honestly the best way to play this map as Zerg is just you're in it for the long haul, right? You gotta either you do some sort of Ravager push. Those are still strong. Midas play, not bad, but or you just gotta take 6 bases and try and defend.
It's also a pretty large map for its awkwardness.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's deceptively large. Like if you just walk across the map through the middle, it still takes a really long time.
Well, part of that is the chokes in the middle. It slows your army movement so much.
Yeah, especially if you have those like semi-fat units like Immortals and Roaches and Archons. And
Single file now.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. Actually, I can see that making it really nice as a more defensive Protoss. If you're engaging the Zerg in the middle, the fact that you have all those chokes, as you were saying, like so easy to get a good concave at that point. Yeah.
So it's like it's honestly just a really good defender's advantage map. Like everywhere you want to attack, you have to run through a choke point, or do something really weird. It's just I don't know. I just feel like it's such a good Protoss map, dude. Because like that's all we do. That's like most Protosses just play like semi they play stats or rain style, where they just sit back at home, take 3 bases, you know,
Sure.
and just chill in choke points. And this map is like the ultimate choke point map. So it's just, yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. That said, it does have 2 gold bases, and all the bases are kind of far apart. Of course, there are only 2 entrances to these bases, even though they're very far apart. 1 entrance to each, so it's that was why a lot of people thought this would be Zerg favored in the beginning, is because the bases are really spread out, right?
Right.
Like, there's a lot of walking distance between them, but the way you get around that is by not needing as many units because there's choke points. Yeah, but I mean, if you open up all the rock paths, like, you can open up the middle still, and then you can get a decent concave as Zerg and try and get on top of the Protoss army, and yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who we are waiting on right now.
I think it's
There we go. Yeah, we got Jing just joined the party, I think.
I don't see Kanan unless he's under alt account.
Oh, yeah.
So that might be someone has to go fetch their player.
Yeah, Kane is the one missing for sure. You're right. This guy's just writing in Korean, like Chinese. He just got kicked. Oh my god. Was that just some random guy that joined?
I have no idea. I'm gonna...
Someone just... That's amazing. Some dude just joined, spoke Chinese, and then said China, and then he got kicked. Alright, well, I'm gonna run and grab refill my water while this is going on.
Sounds good.
I hope you don't mind. Yeah.
While you
Thanks.
do that, I'm gonna figure out what exactly he said. What? Okay. That's interesting. So... the, random person that popped in said basically what War Battle said in English is that they were having issues logging in, but I don't know why he said it in Chinese.
Oh, you're talking about the thing that
Yeah.
Jing said before he got kicked. Alright. There we go. There's Jing.
Alrighty.
So this will be interesting. Dark Zero is one of the Protosses. I know almost nothing about him.
Yeah,
It's one
I
of the
know
few-
nothing
few,
either. I saw him play a PV printf the other day, but that tells you absolutely nothing, so...
Was he good or bad at holding cannon rushes?
he lost, so...
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. I know most of the Protoss players in Psionic Aftermath because I've begged them for builds and coaching so many times. So like, you know, I know most of them. But yeah, this guy I've never spoken to. He's never really been in any of the.
I know,
practice
I've seen
circles
the
here.
name, and that's about the extent of it for me as well. Like, I don't even know his, like, philosophy on Protoss.
Yeah, like whether he's a you or a me or like somewhere in between, he's like a Jetrix or something. It's like he's like the super greedy sort, or if it's the
I feel like you're between Jetrix and me more than.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Jetrix is like the super greedy dude, and I'm like the hero player, the guy that sometimes does it.
Yeah.
You're just the fucking cheese fest.
Alright, well, spawning in the top left as the Red Zerg, representing Infinity Gaming, it is Kane.
And spawning down in the brain fart right-hand side of the map, we have the Protoss player for Psionic Aftermath, Dark Zero.
Here's one for you, opposing corner.
Yeah, opposing corner, thank you. That helps. I don't know, I just had I literally forgot what the word for right is in English. Like, that was the extent of everything.
We're gonna see a nice pylon block coming out of Dark Zero, so definitely something that the trolls do.
Yeah, he 9 scouted against Zerg. That's very rare nowadays because, well, not 9, it's 14 because we're not playing Wings of Liberty, but he pylon scouted.
It actually may have been a 13 given the how fast it got there. Because it's kind of hard to get there on 14, so like sometimes people will get a faster pylon and then do it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's gonna pay off because he sees these 6 lanes.
Yeah, that's really nice for him.
Yeah. Like,
he
that's a bit odd because it wasn't a super fast pool, was it? It was like a. Was it 14-14? I want to say just a 14-14.
Yeah, kind of felt like it.
Well, he tried to do it at least, but then he got blocked because of the early scout.
Right.
But he's gonna be just fine. Like, he's gonna have the sellout out, and this adept is gonna be chronoed, and he's gonna get here in time. And this leads to a really good advantage for Dark Zero. Like, he's gonna have like a 4-3 probe advantage for a pretty decent amount of time, that's honestly a lot this early in the game.
Adept will come out and show away the lings. Or it doesn't. Did it? Oh, it did see the Stargate. Okay.
Yeah, it did see the Stargate. So, yeah. Both players are probably just going to go into standard play from here.
Yeah.
And Dark Zero is obviously going to be really happy with how this started because he knows he should be a couple probes ahead. He still is, in fact, which is like... It's a really big deal. Like, until the Zerg macro engine starts kicking on, like, Protoss can just straight up out macro Zerg. But... Because they really need... It's all about snowballing macro for Zerg. Like, they need to get ahead in drones, like, quite early, so they can keep up. And then go ahead eventually. But if they're not ahead in workers, then their macro is just worse. Which is what's happening here.
Adept is picked off after confirming everything is normal on the Zerg front.
Yeah, both players pretty much know exactly what's going on. It's a normal Stargate 3-gate for Dark Zero, probably gonna go into Expand, or he could drop a Twilight and just chrono charge like a madman, but unlikely. And the Zerg is just going for a normal 3 base, with a bit more links than normal because, I don't know, I'm not sure why, he just made more links.
I think he's hoping to deny a third going down.
Yeah, because the normal third timing is in about 30 seconds-ish. So.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like he's gonna get a queen pickoff with his Oracle here. That's really good. It's usually... That's something you always want. Gets a drone as well. Yeah. So far, pretty decent Oracle. Took a lot of damage, but, you know, you almost always have to do that. Yeah, so we haven't seen anything else be thrown down for the Protoss yet. Like, no Twilight Council, which means it's not going to be an Adept push. And since there's no more gates, this is going to be an Expand, but it's just delayed because of all the lings, I guess. Uh, yeah, so hopefully he'll get this base up soon, because he needs to, with this kind of build.
He's looking for the Lings with his Adepts, but they've scurried on to the creep.
Yeah. That's a good time for him to pull back his Lings, because that's when Warp Gate finishes, and there's going to be 6 Adepts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like the fake move out that Prolosses do sometimes. They're like, hey, be careful, I have Glaives and 12 Adepts, but it's only, you know, 5 Adepts and they don't have Glaives. And they're hoping that their opponent completely overreacts, right? So, like, hopefully for Dark Zero's sake, no, he gets surrounded, that's exactly what you don't want with this. Yeah, so he's in some trouble now.
And on top of this, Kane knows exactly where the third is. It's this, like, someone
Yeah,
who's
and this third is not going to stay alive.
I see you kind of Ling. It's the Sauron Ling.
Yeah, and there's going to be a Hydra Ling push here that just probably denies this third base. He doesn't have the gateway levels right now to keep this alive. Like
these rocks are not down yet, so we still have a very open map, which is going to make it so that Zerg can get in position to pressure both the third and the natural.
Yeah, and again, like, he doesn't have glaives, he doesn't have, like, I think honestly his plan was to do a normal glaive push, but he forgot about the glaives, because getting glaives this late is just weird, honestly. Like, it doesn't really make sense. And, you know, he's gonna lose his third base now, and his follow-up panic move is just like, I'll try and get glaive sentry push in or something, which is, that's a really old school strat that most Zergs are really good at holding now.
He's kind of forced into it now.
Yeah. And it all comes down to that, like, fake move out. Like, honestly, I think he thought himself that it wasn't a fake move out, because he thought he had glaives, but he didn't. And when you don't have glaives to that push, you basically cannot fight Lings. So your entire idea is, I walk up and I show myself, the Zerg panics, makes 1,000,000 units, and you fall back, and you have more probes. But he committed, kind of. He got surrounded, of course, which means he's forced to commit. But and if you lose all those adepts, you can't keep your full base. You're just fucked, really.
At the very least, as he's pushing out, this map it does have a lot of chokes. So force fields can be stronger, and there aren't any Ravagers out. So
yeah, but the problem is the chokes are gonna play against him here. Like, he has to walk through the choke to get in there, and the Zerg has a pre set up really good. Like, look at this concave he's set up right now.
Yeah.
Like,
This
almost you can kind of force field off like one side, like you can force field something like here or something, like between the Evo and the side, and try and scythe that off. But I mean, I don't know. I can't see this working ever, unless the Zerg walks out and tries to fight him out here. This is just not gonna work. It's even lurkers being made now. Like, it's not a timer.
I don't see this happening either.
Yeah, like, I don't know, these are good force fields. He did the best out of a really bad situation,
actually,
but the lurkers are gonna burrow now, and he's gonna
almost
lose.
all the Hydras. As long as he can get on top of these lurkers, drones are being pulled.
He's gonna lose everything.
Suddenly,
like, the Monos are surrounded now.
The last lurker falls, but he has nothing left. So...
And in theory, Adepts are good against Hydras, but it's only in really small numbers. Like,
for a moment, there was a glimmer of hope as he, like, picked off all the lurkers, but there was just still a lot of Zerg there. Like, defender's advantage, you can pull your workers, buy some time for the...
yeah, and like, the moment the lurkers finished, they got like two or three volleys off that kill like 6 sentries. Like, lurkers like 2 or 3 shot sentries, and they do AoE, so they're just incredible. And look at this, like, Adepts. People say Adepts do well into Hydras. They do, but not on their own. Like, it just they just don't trade very well. Like, they fall off so hard once Hydras start doing upgrades and stuff.
Oh well, I'll get it next game.
Yeah, but yeah, so basically I think that game just came down to either Dark Zero forgot to get glaives, or that was a fake push that turned into a real push, which is never good for Protoss. Like, losing your army like that is something that you can't lose 8 adepts that early because the Zerg will always cancel your third base and then you're dead. So yeah. Good game though by Dark Zero. He definitely made it close after a really, really big loss in the early game. So
yeah. The dream was there.
The
it was just a
dream was
dream.
there, yeah. Alright, so I think this is gonna be a PvC as well, right? I think Root
Yeah.
is a Protoss, I think
Yeah,
so.
Route is Protoss and
Route, yeah.
Jardozer.
Jardozer.
We know Jardozer. He's
Yeah. The best player in Psionic Aftermath right now. Pretty much hands down. I think he's broken 6.9k. Well, I know he has, but I think he's still 6.9k on NA. Obviously a really good player. I mean, no, not 6.9, 5.9, sorry.
I was hearing you say that, I was like, was it there?
Yeah, no, he's not 6.9, but he's 5.9. He was 5.9 at one point.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he's a really good player. Really good Zerg. And it's going to be on Darkness Sanctuary, which is the worst map in the absolute world that's ever been played. And honestly, a really good map for Zerg because, especially, well, so Jardozer brought up a good point that this map is really, really, really good for Zerg in cross spawn. If you get vertical spawns, it's not as bad for Protoss. It's a little bit better. It's still bad, but it's a little bit better.
Okay. And
so
what about horizontal spawns?
Aren't those the same things? Like as long as it's not cross, basically.
Okay.
That's yeah. Because I think it works the same way. It's always your one of the guys' fourth base is like kind of towards your opponent.
I see. That's the point he's making.
Yeah, exactly, and that's not very good for Zerg. So like, that's like the one thing that taking a fourth base, you kind of have to take it really far away or expand towards your opponent, which is not good. So, you know, if it's not cross spawn, I'll give Root a good chance to win this. But if it is cross spawn, then I can't really see. Like he'll have to do something really creative because it's so hard to beat Zerg on this map in cross spawn. Like, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, honestly.
There's a lot of things about this map that should favor the Zerg, especially in cross spawn. I would agree. Like I was just thinking of the Drone Scout 12 pool, and even for a cross spawn that favors it.
That one is just amazing all the time, but it's it's a bit of an RNG thing because if he scouts you first, you're gonna lose. That doesn't happen. Anyways, it's gonna be horizontal. That's a little bit better for Root. Route, whatever. Yeah.
Alright, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map as the red Zerg representing Infinity Gaming. It is Root. No, I'm sorry, it is Jardozer. And this is PsiX. I can't read. You know what happened? I looked at the... never mind. Anyways, you can introduce your player.
Anyways, spawning in the top left-hand side of the map, we have the player for Infinity Gaming, right? Infinity Gaming?
Yeah.
Saying that.
After my whole
just making sure I don't fuck this up. I honestly didn't know their name for sure, but yeah. Ooh, alright, so this is already a little bit interesting. So, Route insta-scouted Jardozer, and on his first scout, that's a big deal. And Jardozer is still not sure. I don't think he's sure that his opponent is on the his opponent is up here, because if he did, he probably would take the third base, like the other third base, basically.
Yeah.
Because the way he's doing this now, he's expanding towards the Protoss with his third. Like honestly, this is already looking quite worrisome for PsiX. It's obviously not like a giant big deal, but it's not great.
Well, he went 3 hatch before pool, so actually, given his like situation, I think he's just gonna flood Lings soon.
He could. I mean, here's the thing. If you look at fuck, I always fuck up his name. Route. His wall is fucked up. Like, he's gonna have a pylon on this wall. Because there's no way you can fit a gate in there, and yeah, so his wall is already fucked up.
It's really
so
hard
Link
to
Flood wouldn't
wall
be the
darkness
worst.
correctly. I think he actually. So there's two different ramps on darkness, and
Yeah.
I think he has the harder ramp to wall.
Yeah, I think so. Because the other one you have like this little dead space you can
yeah.
wall.
I mean,
But,
neither
like,
of them are comfortable, but I think this one is the technically harder one.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like Jardoser's gonna Link Flood yet, though. At least. Oh, and he almost. Oh, that was so close. He's almost getting the surround on the Adept. Oh, what a beautiful move, though. He almost caught the Adept. That was some really good micro by Jardoser, for real. Yeah, anyways, so it looks like it's just going to go into standard game, and in that case, I do favor, do think Route got a little bit lucky with the spawn locations, and where Jardoser took his third. But again, it's not a giant, it's not like people auto-lose because of that kind of shit, in any way. It's still, honestly, a decent map for Zerg, because as long as he doesn't lose this third base, as long as he controls this area, he has a pretty good high ground spot near his opponent's base, right? Like, there are rocks here, like there's like a cooling tower you can knock down, and then you can just monitor this little weird path that they have on the side, and you can kind of defend that fourth, or third. Anyway, so I guess I was wrong because he is link flooding now. Yeah, this is about 40 links. Does he have a Baneling Nest?
I did not
have a Baneling Nest. And he is against someone who actually managed to get the wall down. So, yeah, no, this is bad for Jardoser. Maybe if he like focuses with his links, trying to get the Cybercore, it's probably what he needs to do now. Or just snipe that Adept. Actually, he's gonna get the Adept. This changed really fast.
Suddenly, actually, there are.
Yeah, he still got the wall off. This is trouble because the shield battery is gonna finish now, and then he's fucked.
Oh,
Jardoser is.
Except he slipped in.
Yeah, he slips in, but
it's,
you know,
it's not worth the investment, but it's something.
Yeah, but like he's still making links, and there's no way he's gonna get in here now. There's a shield battery. There's sentry. Like, the shield battery alone means that the units here can't die. Like, it's really unfortunate. And there's gonna be DTs here in a second. And Jardoser does not have spores, so he is honestly just dead. He has one spore.
Oh, he backs out right before the DT warps in.
Yeah. He is down 20 workers though, and he's about to be even more behind because he doesn't know about the DTs.
He actually, he didn't scout the shrine even though he was in the base.
Yeah.
I mean,
if he somehow wins this game, I'll be very confused, but I cannot imagine him winning this game. There is a spore here, but there's no spore in the main, no spore in the natural.
He needs to... Does he even have a lair? No.
No lair.
Oh,
like, he's gonna lose 30 drones. He gets the War Prism, but like, I mean, he's gonna have 5 drones to like 54 workers.
This hurts.
Yeah. Not fun.
Okay, this spore completes, and he does have 2 queens here. So that is going to shoo the DT away. But he still has no mobile detection, as a lair hasn't even started.
And he's going for a roach all-in against DT Immortal. Like, I guess he won't all-in with this, but he kind of needs to.
I don't see this working. I don't know what world this is supposed to work in.
Nah, he's down 30 workers. Yes. The Protoss is taking a third because he's smart and he knows he doesn't need to do anything.
Right.
And he's making immortals already. Like, I don't see a world in which Jardoser wins this unless he somehow catches root like move commanding his entire army or something. Like he's never gonna win this.
He at least gets the cancel on the third, but that's like,
yeah.
That's okay. So he's hoping that, or at least he was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe if he somehow slips into the main, kills like 20 workers.
Yeah,
that's the kind of shit that he needs to do. Because he still doesn't have overseer against someone who has like 5 DTs.
His lair is just now completed, so he can get.
Yeah. He is about to die so bad. Like this is so many force fields. Oh, that's a good surround by the Lings, I guess.
Yeah.
But actually, this. Oh my god,
that was really
Ravager
nicely
shots.
handled.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
He still has the DTs to worry about, and they're gonna...
Absolutely ridiculous for Jardoser. He needs to notice the DTs, though, for sure.
Okay, he starts that overseer
overseer
now. He's gonna back up to the Spore Crawler at his third.
Yeah, what a huge misplay getting caught out in the open like that. Like, he knew how many links there were, too. Route did.
Yeah.
I told you, right? The only way he loses this game is if he somehow loses his entire army getting surrounded, and that's what happened. Like, I don't know. He got completely surrounded, and then when he was surrounded and couldn't move, he got hit by Biles that killed all of his sentries.
Right.
So, I mean, it was literally the worst fight I've ever seen for a Protoss player, and it's still, like... I think he's still gonna win, though, is the crazy part, because he's just so far ahead in workers.
Proud is trying to even that up a little bit. And
yeah, but like it's still 20 workers, and he's making double robo now against the Roach Ling player.
The Archons and Charge Lots are harassing the natural, really forcing a lot more army out of Jardoser. And I mean, Protoss is up a base.
Yeah, and he's building a fourth. Yeah, like this is terrible. Jardoser is still not mining up his third. Like he doesn't have any drones. He's just gonna try and all in with a ton of Roach Ravager and Ling Roach Ravager, but there's double Immortal being made, and so like again, he's catching this army really well. Like honestly, I think the units lost is favoring Jardos. No, it's not, but it's really even considering how far behind he's been the entire game. Like honestly, he's gotten some pretty good fights, but I don't know. He just doesn't have enough. Doesn't have the macro engine behind this to survive.
Sure.
Like he's against a 44 base Protoss that has 70 workers when he's on 56. I mean 40. He's just screwed, honestly.
I'm gonna get another Zealot run by on this third, and there's... actually, there's a good number of Roaches already in position, so...
Yeah, but this is gonna be more like an attack. He's gonna kill the rocks.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I think this is gonna be two-pronged. I think this frontal assault is gonna hit the natural. He does have some Zerglings at the Protoss 4th, but they're not really getting much done. They did pick off 6 probes, so that's some small consolation.
Yeah, so Roach Warren's gonna go down without Roach speed. And he's in the main now with force fields. This is...
Oh no.
There's no possible way that he breaks this.
Yeah.
GG. Oh man. Unfortunate really, like... you know, Jardoser just went for a Link Flood. I think the reason he went for a Link Flood is because he hated the way the spawn locations ended up. He was just like... The way he took his third that happened to be like closer to his opponent. He just knew it was going to be a hard game from there.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to Link Flood. Like he was like, okay, maybe I can end this with something basic.
Yeah.
And it almost worked. Still, like you know, Rout didn't scout it until it was in his base, but he had a good wall in, and you know, he got the shield battery down in time. A good force field to keep the links in and stuff like that. Like it was good. Yeah, honestly, really good. Alright, so I think the next map, or match rather, is Jedorix, if I'm not wrong?
Yeah, He's going to be playing against Truth.
True.
Who's a Terran.
All right. There's a Terran. All right, so it's a PvT. So that's a good matchup for Jetrix. He's kind of known as probably the best PvT player in PsiX.
Yeah, I think
arguably
that's fair.
Kingslayer might be better, but you know, he's close. And he has this really interesting PvT style that's very solid heavy. That you know, both you and me have been copying lately because it's very fun, very interesting. Gonna be interesting to see what kind of playstyle the enemy Terran plays. If he's one of those, you know, one base all-in kinds of guys, which is very common right now in PvT, honestly. Really frustrating to me. Oh, it looks like Jetrix is in game. I think he's playing customs too against Fade. He was when I left them earlier, so. Or Baines is his name, but yeah.
What is he doing that for? He's not playing PvP next.
Good question.
I'm just hounding him.
It seems like Jetrix, he seems pretty confident though. He's been semi-confident at beating. When he found out about that he was playing Truth, he seemed pretty happy earlier.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's his best matchup. I feel like he should be happy that he's playing his best matchup, right?
Yeah. And
like, if I'm Jet, I'd rather play some Terran as opposed to Kane or Vindicta. Well, Vindicta is at least Terran, right? But it's still Vindicta, you know.
Yeah, it's still a really high MMR player, right? But I mean, Jetrix is no slouch himself. I think he's currently like 5,300 MMR ish.
Something.
But I think he's better. Yeah, he's 53. But he's better in 2 of the 3 matchups. I think the reason he's being held back MMR wise is because his PvP has been really shit. Like I think we've been talking a lot about it in the clan. Like a lot of us Protoss players have been struggling in that matchup. So we've been doing like big boot camps kind of things where we hang out in Discord. Play.
And I show up to cannon and rush you guys.
Yeah. But to give you an idea, I actually beat Jet today in PvP, so his PvP is really weak. But his other matchups are really good. Like if you look at his match, dude, I'm looking at his race support right now. He has 70% versus Terran, 78 versus Zerg, and 33 against Protoss. Like his PvP is so terrible compared to his other 2 matchups. So like, I think if he just fixes that, he'll be a 55, 5600 player soon. Honestly, like he's really good at the other 2 matchups. So
yeah,
definitely not one you want to underestimate if you're a high level Terran or a Zerg out there.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was so strong in his PvZ as well. I knew he was not complaining about it, but I was expecting it to be like, I don't know, 55% or something.
Yeah, he's good. He only has 1 build really that he does, but he's really good at it. It's a standard macro build. He's a macro player, and and PDC is like one of the most macro heavy matchups ever.
Yeah, Jet is he loves his macro. He certainly likes to analyze cheese, but in terms of what he actually plays, he it's like all the probes, all the pylons, everything. He's
like I'll have no chrono boost left ever because I'll chrono boost my probes until I have 95, that kind of guy. It's just like,
oh yeah.
Like the way he plays PvT, he gets 4 bases at like 5 minutes, and then he gets double forge off 3 bases, which he gets at 4:30.
PvT like it's a ZVT.
Kinda, yeah. He just goes super greedy and then into really fast upgrades, and he plays like solid heavy. Alright, so it's gonna be on Catalyst too. That's probably the most standard map we've ever seen. It's like not a single person in the world that doesn't like Catalyst, and there's not a single person in the world that loves Catalyst. So it's like
I feel so surprised when I'm playing in like best of threes and my opponent vetoes Catalyst.
Like, what does that mean? Maybe he's like, yeah, it's short rush distance or something. Like, why would you do that though? I don't know.
Alright, well, spawning in the bottom right as the red Protoss representing PsiX, it is Jetrix.
Alright, and spawning in the opposing corner of the map, we have the player for Infinity Gaming, Truth. We see some lovely banter going on between the players here as well. It's great. Yeah, these guys, they seem to know each other pretty well. I think they face each other on the ladder quite often. I seem to remember Jetrix talking about that when he heard he was going to be facing Truth, so... Yeah, interesting.
I wonder what their ladder wins and losses are.
Oh yeah, their head-to-head is like... Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think Jet said that he wins more often than he loses, and I'm not surprised, again. Like, his PvT is pretty freaking legendary. Like, his PvP is honestly, like, probably closer to Jardoser's MMR than it is to his own. So he's, you know, I would be surprised if there was 8 Terran below 6k that Jet doesn't have a decent win ratio against. So, yeah.
Huh. That was interesting. He, like, controlled his probe in front of his natural for a second. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know he's gonna drop the pylon here in his natural. That is just in case his opponent goes Hellions, right? You want that wall in?
Maybe that was the timing for a bunker rush.
Oh yeah, yeah, that could be a thing that you do. Yeah, patrol your probe there just in case there's a bunker rush. It's not a bad idea. It's interesting. Truth is scouting really hard for a proxy Stargate right now, which is, you know, that's not something I see Jet do ever. So I wonder, maybe they don't play as much as they made it sound like.
It might be a Truth thing as opposed to I'm playing Jet thing.
Yeah. Just, you know, it's a Terran thing. A lot of people hate that build. It's ridiculously strong still. The Voidway shield battery push. Bit of miss micro from Jet there. He probably could have caught that Reaper. He was a little bit more. Oh well. Yeah, the standard Robo Twilight Council here from Jet. This is what he does most games. Just looks exactly like every single PvT he plays and every single PvT that I play. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here, because he hasn't seen his opponent's build yet, and Truth is going for something a little bit cheeky, so he's doing Marauder Concussive Shells immediately into 3 racks with no factory.
Okay.
So this is almost 100% going to be some sort of try and push their their third base kind of build. Like, he wants to deny Jet's third base. Like, that's really the only reason you would do this. Oh, and especially now when he's throwing down, he's going up to 5 barracks. Alright, so it's going to be really important for Jet to scout this. So where's Jet's observer at right now? Is it coasting across the map?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, so when Jet sees this, my guess is he's just going to go up to 5 gates off 2 bases and get his forges before he takes a third. That's usually the standard reaction. You delay your third for more production and more tech. Hopefully he'll do that, because if he just takes a third the normal way, which is in about 15 seconds, he'll lose it 100%. Like, he can't really hold it against 5 barracks. Oh no, he's flying into the... No! Oh, that's like a game-ending mistake too. He loses his... So... Because he doesn't know. He didn't see the barracks.
Yeah.
He knows nothing.
And all he's seen is Marines. I mean, he saw 2 Marauders, but he's primarily been seeing Marines. So, like...
Yeah, he hasn't seen that many he hasn't seen the barracks count. So, like, he's just gonna think this is a normal game. And in a normal game, you don't make Immortals. And you don't make fucking... he thinks it's 3 racks, right? Because he's seen how many units it is. So he's like, yeah, it's 3 racks, right? But it's fucking 5, dude. like against this, you need immortals, you need more gateways, you need shield batteries, and he just doesn't have them right now.
He hasn't gone into the main, but he's seen the army a second time, so like he knows there's an attack. He just might not have a clear read on what kind of attack and how all in this really is.
Yeah, because this has to kill the third. Like if he does not kill the third with this, he is very far behind. Like he still has not thrown down gases. He still hasn't thrown down any factory. Like this is a +1 all in basically is what this is. So
I like that Truth is opting for something that is not drop dependent.
yeah,
I feel like against Jet that would be slightly suicidal.
Oh, again though,
But,
Jet just misses this push completely with his observers.
Well, he knew that it was. He should have seen it with his first. Like he saw that it moved out. I think he wants to force the Terran back home, and I think he's planning to recall. But he doesn't have an
He's
observer
probably
on
gonna
this other
just
side.
sack the third though. Like he has to sack the third here. There's no way he holds this.
Yeah, agreed.
Did he recall to his third? No, he recalled to his natural. Alright, that's good. Or his main even. I don't know. This is gonna be really hard to hold. He doesn't have charge yet. He doesn't have anything. Yeah, no. He's just dead, honestly. He completely misread this.
Wow.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, because, like, we hyped up his PvT so much, and then he just makes one mistake, and it loses in the game. Like, if he had just seen that it was 5 barracks, he would not have taken a third. He would not have taken... He would have added more gateways. He would have had, like, twice the amount of units. Yeah. Yeah, it's a builder win because he lost his observe.
Alright, so the last map will be Lost and Found. I wonder...
Wait, isn't it? So, it's... So what's the best of here?
It's a best of 5.
It's a best of 5, but then they just won, right? Because they won 3 games now.
No, it was 2-2. Or, no, you're right.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so they're 3-1. They just won.
I can't read anything. Wow. Okay.
That's really unfortunate. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's too bad, because it just has to do with Jeterix.
Yeah.
Not scouting that, and then...
Oh well.
Yeah, it was a really unfortunate loss, honestly. I feel like Jet shouldn't have lost to Truth. He wouldn't if he had scouted it. So, yeah. Anyways, great games, though, for sure.
Yeah, well played on both sides. A little bit unfortunate for Jet and Jardozer, like, with their, like, I don't know. I feel like both of those games were just kind of like good idea, but not what the game called for, sort of thing.
Yeah, they just missed out on something. Like, like Jardozer did not see it was DT. He did also not know. He didn't see that he fixed the wall and stuff. Which meant that he just thought the link flood was gonna work. He also had really unlucky with the. He got really unlucky with the spawn locations and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. And yeah, and then Jet basically flying your first observer into a missile turret. If that happens, you are just blind for way too long, and you kind of lose to a lot of things. Yeah. If you knew about Firebracks, like that game is completely different. Yeah, but GG's everyone for sure.
Alright. Well, let's see. What else do we have going on later on? Tuesday, there will be another ATL, but this will be the EU Amateur Division for the Yankees. It's a makeup from last week. And then later on Tuesday, we'll be having a best of 5 between Dust and Mr. Evenly, TVP. And then Thursday, will be the EU, your team.
Yeah, it's ATL EU, but for the other team, right?
Yes.
So for because we have two ATL EU teams, one
Right.
that's basically made up of NA players,
Yes, yes.
and one with us EU people, and I'll be playing in that one. So hope you guys
Okay.
tune in, watch.
Alrighty then. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah, see you guys.